beautiful friends. Yesterday, oh my goodness. If you were on the call yesterday, we got this big gift, and that was the gift to really transmit to the world divine love. And so great cosmic love was released into the world on that call yesterday as we all transmitted through our hearts, through our breath, and through our hands. That was incredible. Incredible. And so let's see what happens today. We have a great journey ahead of us. And we are journeying always new moon to full moon, a new beginning to fulfillment of the purpose. But also we will be getting together around the solstice. And so we will be meditating deeply on the 20th, 21st, and 22nd of December to align with source. So yesterday, to me, that was a huge breakthrough. So we are working with the second will, the will to unify, and great magic actually flooded the earth. So yesterday I was again on a long flight. It seemed like the longest flight ever. But long flights give you the amazing opportunity to meditate a long time. And so I was again just listening to Oren and meditating with Oren, you know, in those seats on the plane. You can be in the upright position very easily. And so listening to Oren the whole time. So I went through the entire, again, the 7 divine wills, just to really attune again us as a collective to what is to come through us, through every single one of you into this world. And today we will be attuning to the 6th divine will. The 6th divine will. Sorry, I want to look at the the 6th divine will. I also have a revelation to make today about the work that we do here, which I received yesterday on the plane. I love the revelations that happen. You know, when you are up in the air, when you are up in the air, you are closer to the stars, really physically closer, right? And it's pretty incredible what can happen. So I always recommend only meditate. That's such a great opportunity to be away from the human, you know, energy, to be with just a few humans in the air, really, and a little closer to the light. And so today we will be working with the 6th Lord of really divine will and divine ray. And it will be the one that will align us with our soul's purpose and the divine plan for your life. Imagine divine plan for you specifically, to step into more of your soul once again. As you have noticed, we are always following the same steps that Yogananda taught us. We take the personality self and align the personality self with our soul. The soul is a very large body of light that actually exists in a higher plane, on the soul plane. And the way that you can perceive your soul is that the soul does have a membrane. And so that is the body of the soul. It is an individualized body, but not like you with arms and legs. And so when we merge our self that is here with our soul, we really release the personality self and become more our soul in this world. That's pretty incredible. And then what we take it to the next level after that. Once we get to know our soul as an individualized body with a membrane, we go through the membrane into the ocean of spirit. So we activate our spirit body. That is amazing. The spirit body takes, you know, in human terms, maybe years to explore what the spirit really is. And who steps into that spirit body then goes through the spirit body. And again, you find that there is something beyond, and that is the divine source from which the light of your spirit came. And the spirit is like the ocean, the soul is like the sea. And then we have the little container here of the personality. And so once again, We'll be connecting more and more with divine source. That was the steps we did with Yogananda, yes. And so the easy way to do, you can just go to YouTube, find the videos we did with Yogananda, and I think it's about 9 minutes or 11 minutes where you can go through all the steps. It's pretty amazing, yes. And so today, once again, we are aligning with the divine plan for your life. That divine plan, we'll surrender. Surrender is really an important part, right? Because the personality does not like to surrender. I don't know if you have noticed, but the personality likes to hold on, and it creates limitations. And so that's why we relax, we let go, we trust, and then we surrender. So we will be aligning with the idea that divine source has for us, our ideals, to serve, to bring new knowledge into this world, to assist others, to bring unity, harmony, light, to create beauty in this world. It is really amazing. And also, I mentioned yesterday, the human condition is not a really easy condition, because there's so much we're dealing with that was created by unconsciousness, our own and the collective, and not just in this, generation, not just this civilization. There's a lot. But now is the opportunity with this divine light flooding the earth now. We have so much love. And like yesterday, I was amazing. It was exquisite, actually. So what happens? It is up to us to rise with it or not. Everything is up to us. And so let us choose. You can, I like to repeat to myself certain things. I like to repeat to myself all day long, for example, I am one with the divine source. I am one with the divine source. I am one with the divine mind. I am one with divine love. And then you cannot have thoughts that really pull you in a whole new different direction, because it's about choosing. And so we are choosing. The thing is that when we do these transmissions with Orin, it's also an energetic transformation. And honestly, I don't think that this transformation would be possible without the energetic transmission from Orin. And so yesterday on the plane, I saw Orin. I saw this amazing being come with all the light and just speak to us. And I received a revelation from Orin yesterday on the plane. And this actually blew my mind. I will show you what I received yesterday. As I connected what we do, and this is what we're going to do together, and not today, but the next few days. Tomorrow, we will be working with the final 7th Lord of Ray, and that's going to be really exquisite. If you miss any of these, please do, if you can, purchase, from Orin and Deben, this album and work with the divine will. This is really what's going to, this big opportunity on planet Earth right now is that we all step into our Christ self, whether we want to call it Christ self or solar body. We are stepping into more luminosity. The Earth is becoming, and actually this is what I also saw yesterday. So we are evolving into Freedom Star of freedom. But this luminosity, the Earth herself is destined to become more like a star, more like a sun, luminosity. And this is our Christ self. We are all destined to become the Christ self. But again, I do believe it's important to actually be part of this process and allow it to be a conscious choice and conscious, joyful kind of a path that we, every day follow. And so I'll show you something. I was on the plane meditating, and the thing is that you go through every will, so 7 wills, so 7 stars of the Big Dipper. And then the 7 holy Kumaras appeared on the plane, and I was, I didn't have access to the internet, I was not connected, but immediately I wanted to see, are the holy Kumaras? Who are the holy Kumaras? And they came and they said, we are the holy Kumaras. We are the 7 holy Kumaras. And we are the beings emanating. We are the stars. We are the beings who emanate the will of God to humanity. And so here we are. They are called the 7 sons of Brahma. And again, here it is. That is the revelation of yesterday's flight. So the names might not matter at all. And yet, if you want to connect them individually, that's also fine. I'm always using my phone. So I have all the meditations on my phone, and I listen with my earbuds, and I close my eyes and meditate the whole time. So one day, Yogananda told me, he said, one day, after all the training, all the meditations, one day you will connect to Sanat Kumara. And so every day, since he told me, I was waiting to connect to Sanat Kumara, but I was never ready. So tomorrow will be the day. Tomorrow will be the 7th ray of Sanat Kumara, the freedom of God, the violet flame. And so you can take a photo of this so that you can work with this. And again, every single will being emanated by the Big Dipper is the emanation of these sons of Brahma, which is the big cosmic source that we are here part of. And so then on my drive back from the airport, it was a long drive from San Francisco home, I was listening to an audio book about Taoism. And Taoism to me is a revelation of Divine Mother. And revelation of Divine Mother, the Taoists, they knew how to perceive her. They knew how to actually connect to the flow, the rainbow light. And to me, this is the original knowledge actually given to humanity. So great, great, great knowledge and wisdom. But again, sometimes you have to go really far in ancient, really knowledge to find what I would call the truth before it got all distorted by misunderstanding. And as I'm driving, I'm listening, the Taoists, they believe that the earth has amazing intelligence and that we need to align with this intelligence of the earth. And they were speaking about how the original Taoists would always build temples and dwelling or sanctuaries in a place where they could see the Big Dipper. Imagine the coincidence. And the explanation that they offered was that the Big Dipper is the emanation of God. And they believe that every star of the Big Dipper is actually an expression of God, different will. And this was in Taoism. And so they wanted to be aligned. They wanted to see the Big Dipper so that they can meditate. And they felt the blessings of the Big Dipper. So again, we are working with the great mystery. It's pretty amazing. And so it is said that the 7 holy Kumaras have that etheric really dwelling, in the ethers where you go to these temples above what we call Arizona. And many people that I have connected with in this lifetime had incredible experiences in Sedona, for example, with Sanat Kumara. And they believe that there is a temple above Sedona, for example, where you actually connect through Sedona with the temples of Sanat Kumara. Sanat Kumara is referred to by many different names, but he can be visible. It is a he, she, and I love it. So you'll be connecting directly with the 7 really holy Kumaras. That's amazing. And so Sanat Kumara very often is seen as a being that we would call the rainbow serpent of creation. He's often also seen as a peacock angel with so many eyes and so much rainbow light. Many different ways to perceive, but it will be up to us to have our unique experience. Once again, I think Helena Blavatsky, she spoke a lot about the 7 holy Kumaras, and I think Helena Blavatsky was absolutely amazing. And so, we can read about it, but let us experience it. Let us experience it. And so, once again, we are magicians. And this is what Divine Mother told me today. Focus on magic. What is magic? Magic is connecting to all that is possible. All that is possible. To actually get this intelligence from Source itself. And as you know, Source really creates stars. and stars become suns. Not all stars become suns. And we have many beautiful sources of light. And when we connect with these sources of light, we are connecting with certain frequencies of source. It's pretty incredible. And so today, once again, let us start by connecting with the 7 galactic directions. So this is going to be a ceremonial experience before we go into meditation. And so if you know where your directions are, if you know your east, if you know your west, if you know your south and north, please face those directions. So really standing up if you can, because we are aligning with the magnetism. Now, the fascinating thing about the 7 Kumaras, they've been working through the earth for really eons, as Patricia says, because it's hard to put it into words, into years, in human terms, maybe billions of years, emanating this light, emanating the 7 rays to actually spiritualize humanity once again, to bring spirit and light into matter. And you know what their most important task is? It is to realign the axis of the earth back to the original axis, back to the golden age. And so again, this is what's happening. And once the axis of the earth is aligned, their job will be done. And so we will be assisting them as we work with the divine will. Today, we will be connecting once again with the 6th star of the Big Dipper, and we will receive this amazing will of God for our own divine plan to be manifested in our world, in our life. And then tomorrow with the 7th, with Sanat Kumara himself, itself, he, she. And after that, we will, of course, do the real magic where we connect with all 7 wills at once. Inhale them in, exhale them out. We will be transmitting so that you are completely transformed, so that your life is completely aligned with divine will. And today, again, we'll release the personality will and we'll align with the divine will. So let us start with the 7 holy directions. So I'll be standing up to do this. I'll just like to put this and let us go.
Prayer of the 7 galactic directions. From the east, house of the light, may wisdom dawn in us, so we may see all things in clarity. From the north, house of night, may wisdom ripen in us, so we may know all from within. From the west, house of transformation, may wisdom be transformed into right action, so we may do what must be done. From the south, house of the eternal sun, may right action reap the harvest, so we may enjoy the fruits of planetary being. From above, house of heaven, where the star people and ancestors gather, may their blessings come to us now. From below, house of earth, may the heartbeat of her crystal core bless us with harmonies to end all war. From the center, galactic source, which is everywhere at once, may everything be known as the light of mutual love. Ayum, Hunabku, Evam Maya, Emaho. Ayum, Hunabku, Evam Maya, Emaho. Ayum, Hunabku, Evam Maya, Emaho. All hail the harmony of mind and nature. Aho. And so it is.
And And so it is. And yes, let us use our magic wands for those of you who have them. So magic wands are really an extension of our intention, of our will. And all that is created is always created through energy, through elemental energy. And for example, when you have a magic wand, and when you move your magic wand, when you wave your magic wand, when you direct your magic wand, when you cast with your magic wand, you are moving energy, and is so much more effective than just doing it with your mind. And again, you can just use a crystal. I recommend always having a clear quartz crystal. The size doesn't matter ever. Again, I use quartz crystal just big, and I know you guys mentioned selenite. I really have not worked with selenite myself, but I always use clear quartz crystal because I've seen it work etherically, and I'm sure that selenite also is super, super powerful. Once again, I haven't used it myself, so I cannot speak about it, but quartz crystal will actually be casting immense amounts of light around you when you use it. Yeah, if selenite is more clearing, definitely use whatever you feel drawn to. And, you know, crystals can be perceived through the third eye, and then you will see what they really do. And I think that's why I have people come up with, you know, the descriptions of the crystals. And so definitely whatever you feel drawn to will be the best for you. And so let us now connect. Once again, we are opening the gates to heaven. And this is really important. So when people in this world say they channel, I have an opinion about it, but whatever you think about it is great. Some people actually do channel. And that means there is a channel of energy running through them that is visible. And this energetic channel is giving them all the information. So for example, when we listen to Orin, that is channeled information, and Sanaya is obviously part of Orin's energy field. And that energy runs through her so clearly and so powerfully, then she's able to transmit it to us. And so we are connecting these energetic channels to the Big Dipper, to the 7 holy Kumaras. We are opening our energy field to create a channel to Polaris. To us, that is our true north. And that's very important when we align our electromagnetic field, which is really so important. That is our rainbow body. We align it with the high sources of light being emanated to Earth and humanity. And we do it consciously. And we also align with that triangle above the head. And that is, and that is the Pleiades, Sirius, and the Great Bear. And of course, we work with the Big Dipper, as I mentioned. And so what is really wonderful is to point your magic wand or your crystal or your hand. You can use your hand too, of course, and to point it at these sources of light, and then to pull the energy down and bring it into your being, and to create new structures, energetic structures of transformation within you. And so let us do that. And if you wear clothes without pockets, then it's also possible to get a crystal pendant, and just a small crystal on a pendant, you know, and you just have that. So again, size doesn't matter, but it can be very easy. So let us do that. We're going to do this magic. So first, the first source of light we always want to be aligning with is the solar energy. And so above your head, now pull, you can point at it with your magic wand, with your crystal, with your hand, or just intention, and envision solar light. And see how the solar light is emanating into your being. You are connecting with your source. And we can give it many different names. The many different central suns are emanating into you. Really, this is the point of transformation. Now, above the solar light, let us create a triangle. Let us point at the light of Pleiades, the light of Sirius, the light of the Great Bear, and create a crown of light. a beautiful crown of triangular light above the solar light. And let us specifically focus on the constellation of the Big Dipper within the Great Bear and connect simultaneously with the 7 wills, the 7 rays, the 7 holy Kumaras, the emanations of divine will. All of them are flowing into you now equally, all of them into your crown, into your being. And then let's go up to Polaris, our true north, electromagnetic north. We are aligning. So the axis within us is being aligned when we do that. And let us connect with the light of Polaris, high, high, high above. Many feet above the head, Polaris. And just breathe it in. We use our breath. We use our sacred breath. We want to be breathing in the light of the stars. And as we do that, we touch their consciousness and merge that consciousness with our consciousness. And now let's bring the energy into the body, into our head. We bring the energy of Polaris, and you can transmit through the crystal towards your head and create an ultraviolet sphere of light within the head. This transforms and activates our brain centers. It activates the beautiful system that we have of the third eye, attuning us to source, to see the truth. And the solar light that is above us, let's bring it into our chest to emanate golden light from the heart and give room to nothing else. And then from our beloved Venus, so connected to the evolution of humanity, let's bring the white light into our abdomen. And with that, let us go into our next meditation. Once again, we are working with divine will. I recommend doing this as much as you can these days, because we are stepping into a whole new opportunity for humanity that will be unveiled during the solstice. And so we want to be in alignment. Nothing is more important than to be aligned, attuned, open, ready, prepared. And so we'll be working with the Big Dipper. Absolutely amazing. So we are aligning really with the 7 wills of divine source. So it makes a big difference in our life. You will see changes. Maybe you already see changes. We can change so much. There is no limit to how much we can change. And even when we already are enlightened, then we can, become more of a server. We become a world server. And we actually, I am sure that all of you came here to serve, and to serve in big ways. And so what you can do, if you get this album from Oren and Ben, then a wonderful way to share this is to become a teacher of this work and to sit together with your friends in a circle and to transmit these beautiful 7 divine wills. It's really wonderful actually to be physically together in a circle, of course. And so it's not difficult to sit with friends in a circle and to teach about divine will once you embody it, of course, yourself. This change happens energetically. And this is the key. The energy has to shift. This is what we do when we meditate. If the energy doesn't shift, there is no change. And so it's time to release all burdens. The burdens can be so old within us. We can have burdens from, who knows when, past lives. And so we are releasing all burdens from all lives. And every day, if you align with you, I know you get it. You absolutely get it. Alignment with the light. It is the light that actually transforms us. Everything in creation is about light. Cosmic creation is really one big alchemical process. So it is alchemy. That's why we are alchemists. When we work with different sources of light, we are creating alchemy within our own being. It's amazing, isn't it? All of nature is about alchemy. What happens when you bring water together with minerals and throw some DNA into it? What happens when you take the light of Venus and mix it with the light of Earth? What happens when you connect the light of the sun with the light of Polaris and bring it into your consciousness? This is the transformation. Truly be open-minded. Expect only unlimited miracles to happen through you and to you and for you and in you. There is nothing that has to stay the same. Absolutely nothing. There is no personality trait that is so calcified that we couldn't transmute it. There is no history, nothing that has to stay the same. There is absolutely no ancestral energy that has to remain within us. And so allow yourself to rise. And we can only rise in light. We are being lifted into more light. So I believe that Sedona, for example, will become part of the new earth, because I've been to the new earth and Sedona exists within the new earth. There will be places on this earth that already exist within the new earth that have the beautiful energetics. So certain places have also etheric realms, of course. How Sedona will look like on the new earth? Actually, what remains is nature. You take away all the buildings and it remains nature. So some beautiful parts of nature will remain. Nature herself, she wants to be so pure. She wants to be so organic once again. She wants to be so clean once again. So a little bit of guidance from Divine Mother. This is the big picture that we always transmit here, and it will take only a few minutes and then we conclude. Divine Mother embodies herself in what we call cosmic nature, in all the stars and all the planets, in what we call nature, to the smallest blade of grass, to our own molecules, atoms, electrons, all of it. That is cosmic Mother Nature. Now, because she embodies herself in nature through her Devic body, she is the Devas. She is the Devas of nature. She is the elemental queendom. She is the elements, two different things, and all one, really. So when humans disconnected from nature and they started to live in cities without enough nature, when they transformed landscapes into artificial landscapes, they lost connection with the natural flow of what we call cosmic Mother Nature. So she no longer could flow through them properly, if at all. You know, she's keeping us alive, but keeping alive and being alive, it's two different things. So the more of natural landscapes we can have, the better is our divine, really, self, because our divinity flows to us from cosmic Mother Nature. Now, when we are in transformed, violated landscapes, there is no flow. When we just go to a park, it's a minuscule expression of nature that has been transformed by humans in a way that is not natural anymore, really, all that much. And so that's why we need to be in landscapes that are not touched by humans, if possible. That's why, for example, Sedona has these landscapes and, you know, mountains, beautiful mountains, all the dragon energy within the mountains. And so if we can, it's ideal to live in a place with as what is it called, little population, no density. So where you have few humans, that's the ideal place, as you can imagine. And then places that have not been transformed. And if you live in a city, sometimes there is no choice, you know, then try to at least spend as much time as possible in nature and going to natural landscapes where she can run through you in her own way, her natural way. You know, for example, the ocean and the sea and, you know, but unfortunately humans, you know, it's the civilization that did this. It's moving against the nature, actually. So we want to be in the wilderness, like Mount Shasta, for example, you know, obviously, and going to the mountain herself and being one with her, where it's still pure and not really transformed by human doing. So surrender to nature. Surrender to nature is really the first and easiest step. And then she takes you with her. When she can flow through you, when you go and stand on her and allow her to move you, she will also move your consciousness. So guidance comes through nature. It's the easiest way for her to guide humanity. For example, when you align every day with her, rainbow light, which is within her, then all day long she's talking to you, whether you hear it or not, and she's guiding you. She's aligning you with the sources within cosmos too. And if you need guidance, all you need to do is ask in nature and then listen deeply all day long. The revelations come through nature. She moves every insect. She moves every tree, every bird, every animal. She moves the stars, shooting stars. That is her communicating with you, all of it. All the elements, the rain, the wind. It's not a fairy tale. It's actually how she moves. Yes, all of it. So if you have a question, she will answer. She always answers. She never holds back. And so, touch her, kiss her, tell her you love her every day, because that's the easiest way to be on purpose. It's also about the directions. From which direction is she speaking to you? Where is she taking you? Attuning the magnetism of the heart. We are in an electromagnetic field, but magnetism specifically is something, it is the emanation of the heart, magnetism. And then she can pull you because she pulls, doesn't she? And so what would love do next is the pull of your nature. So let us go and ask her, let us go and love her. And today, again, at 5 p.m., we will continue with the same will, this beautiful divine will. You can also start connecting specifically to these stars as the 7 holy Kumaras, and maybe the name, they will reveal to you their names differently. It doesn't matter. We all, have our internal hearing. And so again, it's up to us to experiment. And as magicians, I would suggest building the Big Dipper with crystals. Build the Big Dipper with your 7 crystals, for example, and then hold each crystal and really allow the crystal to speak to you. The crystal, as you know, can be programmed to actually embody the divine will. And then the crystal speaks and speaks and emanates. I'm going to do that today as well. You can do it outside, you can do it inside, but it's amazing. And you connect with it so deeply. It's amazing. So, magic and mystery, that's what we do here. Also, just to prepare you for the solstice. So the solstice, we will do an online meditation retreat, which will be free. And it will be the 20th, 21st, and 22nd. And we will go deep, deep, deep into meditation. The events will be longer, and maybe if you feel like it, choose one day when you can fast on water all day. Just one day, not more, because people can get very sick if they fast for 3 days. That's too much for most people, actually. So it's really okay to fast for one day. No coffee, no stimulants, nothing. Just clean, pure water. And we will do, for those of you who want to, of course, and feel that it's okay with your health and you okay doing that, on the 21st, I will be fasting to align with the maximum light, energies that will be coming through humanity. What fast does, we go beyond the needs. So no more needs. That day we are free, and we confirm and affirm that we are free. So we've done this before. It just takes us much deeper because you actually open your third eye much faster, perceive information much faster when you don't eat for one day, just one day. And again, please don't do more. So we will be going into deeper and deeper meditation. So we will do a much longer event every day as well, those 3 days, so that we fully surrender to our divine will and can step into this new purpose Wow, if you fast 1 day per week, that's amazing. That is great training. Very beautiful. Beautiful. So thank you so much for being here once again. Let's go and build with 7 crystals, the 7 holy Kumaras. Thank you so much for being here, and see you tomorrow, same time, same place.